Konnichiwa. It's your strawberry fairy Tsukiju, and I'm back with another video. So, Genki Kai. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. Let's get right into this video. I'm going to be reacting to the Trey King show. And I believe I reacted to one of his videos before. But this one was from 2 days ago, and it's titled Arizona Woman Arrested for Killing Date After Catfishing Him. Before I go any further into this video, please y'all hit that like button for me. I love when you guys do that. Okay, all right, let's get into it. I love his intro.
YouTube, what's going on? Try back again to y'all another video. Hope y'all having a very great day.
He likes
Hope y'all
skinny.
have a great weekend. My day is going absolutely exuberant. Big shout out to all the channel members.
Exuberant. I love that.
Much love to all of you. And you all, we have a story out of Arizona by way of Phoenix. And big shout out to everybody in the great city of Arizona. Everybody outside the great city of Phoenix. Now,
I like Arizona. I miss being out there.
To my channel members and also to my subscribers.
Shout out to him, Trey King. Let's
keep
go.
These stories coming. Now, you all, let me ask you a question. Talk about beautiful and handsome people out there, because we have nobody ugly that
I love his energy.
Show. Everybody that watches the channel look decent, hopefully, because I know I got a booger bear or two watching. Now, let me ask you all a question. Have you ever been catfished in your life? And also, have you ever met up with the person who catfished you and then proceeded to go on a date? As in the case of this story right here, where we have a 52-year-old man who goes by the name of Norris Tabb, who was murdered by his catfish date, who goes by the name of Michaela Bahi, 30 years old. Now, the way Michaela Bahi and Norris Tabb met up, they met up on online dating sites. And like I tell you all, when you go on these online dating sites, no matter if it's Facebook, even though Facebook not really a dating site, they use it for dating sites and also selling cookies. But you have these online dating sites where people pretend to be somebody they're not. Now, the way that Michaela Bahi and Norris
they have a whole show based upon that.
And while on the dating site Moco Space, Norris Tabb noticed a woman
Moco Space. Ooh,
Beyonce.
I like Moco Space.
Come to find out, as you all can see by the story, she is not Beyonce. Told this man she looked like Beyonce on Moco Space. And while on the dating site Moco Space, Norris Tabb noticed a woman who resembled Beyonce. And come to find out, as you all can see by the story, she is not Beyonce. Told this man she looked like Beyonce. And not only did she say that,
Beyonce
of her enhanced where it made her look closely like Beyonce. Now, after seeing that, Norris Tabb and her immediately started corresponding. And they just so happened to meet up on a date. And that date was May the 3rd. But little did Norris Tabb know the trouble that he was getting himself into. And one key thing to this whole story is this, family. If you meet someone online and they were pretending to be handsome or beautiful, and then you happen to meet that person in person, and then they're like a booger bear, what you gonna do? Yes, you're gonna cancel the date.
Absolutely.
Proceed the date, just like Norris Tabb did. Now, one must ask themselves after hearing this, why would you sit there and text your relative and then tell your relative that this person is pretending to be somebody else and they don't look nothing like they pretended to be? But at the same time, you continue on a date. And not only do you continue on a date, but you just so happen to take this person back to your apartment where you spend multiple hours. Wondering, we have a murder on our hand. So let me ask you all this question before we dive deep into the story. Why would Norris Tabb text a relative stating that he was catfished, but at the same time take the person who catfished him back to his apartment, but he spent multiple hours? What two adults are going to be in the apartment for hours and they're not having sex? So as you all will see as this story play out, maybe Norris Tabb played a part in his demise, even though we hate he is not with us anymore. But at the same time, I guarantee you this, when Norris Tabb first seen Michaela, this is exactly how it went.
So we don't kick it away.
Let's begin.
An Arizona woman is behind bars tonight accused of a dating app homicide. Michaela Bahi is facing second-degree murder charges.
And she's accused of running over her date in an SUV after they met on an app. and then fleeing the scene.
Well, according to police report, the two men
Oh
were
my
dating at
God,
Moco
I'm crying.
Space. Norris Taft picked her up at this Dunkin' Donuts in West Phoenix. He apparently wasn't happy with her, but they drove off together anyway. And before the date was done, he was dead.
Now, family, this incident took place Sunday, May the 3rd, around 4 p.m. inside the great state of Arizona, inside the great city of Phoenix, where we have 52-year-old Norris Taft, who was catfished by 30-year-old Michaela Bahi. Now, after being catfished, you must ask yourself this one question. Why would Norris Taft, number one, continue corresponding with the woman? And also, why would he continue to go on a date with Michaela if he knew he was catfished?
Right.
Norris Taft,
Make it make freaking sense. Beyonce?
called Moco Space. Now, after corresponding with Michaela Bahi for several days, that's when the two of them decided to meet that fateful Sunday. But little did Norris Taft know, the person he was going to meet did not resemble Beyonce. So let me ask you all this question. Why would Michaela Bahi tell this man that she looked like Beyonce? And also, as you all see the screenshot of her and Beyonce, do she look like Beyonce? Please tell me right now. So
I look more like Beyonce than she do.
and Norris Taft seen the same
You guys are just jealous because all of my friends that know me tell me that I remind them of Beyonce. So you can all...
and Norris Taft seen the same thing. Why would he continue to date? Think about that, family. Let's continue.
52-year-old Norris Taft picked up Bahi in an SUV after they met online, making a few stops like this dispensary in central Phoenix. According to police,
They don't need to be
during
getting
the date,
high.
Taft
Because it seems like they already,
saying he'd been
you know,
catfished, meaning that
out of there.
Norris Taft met up with Michaela Bahi. The two of them went to Dunkin' Donuts, and then they also went to a weed dispensary, and then finally they went to a gas station. But during this whole interaction, Norris Taft did message his nephew and stated once again that the woman that he seen online is not the same person that he is with right now, because he could tell then that he was catfished. So one must ask themselves this one simple question. When you first seen Michaela Bahi at the Dunkin' Donuts and she did not look like Beyonce, why would you continue to talk to her? Why not tell her, you know what, let's cancel the day, you go about your business, I'm gonna go about my business. So once again, the same question I asked you all in the beginning of the video. Why would Norris Taft continue to date with Michaela if he was not interested in her? And not only continue to date with Michaela, but at the same time, take the woman to his apartment. So, ask yourself this, family. Why would you take her back to your apartment where you spent multiple hours, unless you're in there knocking the boots? So, that's why I said in the beginning of the video that sometimes, and also in the case of Norris, we played a part in our own demise. Because the only thing Norris had to do was just leave this woman alone. And no, we're not victim bashing. No, we just telling a story because it is what it is. Now, if you're not interested in a person, why would you continue to talk to that person? And also, if you're not interested in that person, why would you take her back to your apartment and have sex with them? Let's continue.
But they made it back to his apartment anyway at 16th Street in Maryland. Later, police say surveillance video shows her stealing the same SUV to drive away, and Taft standing in front of it, his arms outstretched as if to say stop. But police say she ran him down, dragging him to his death.
Now, after Norris Taft and Michaela Bahi had spent hours inside of his apartment, surveillance video showed Michaela Bahi running and jumping inside of his Escalade. Because when the story first told, they tried to make it seem like it was Michaela and she beat, but no, she ran Taft over in his own Escalade. That's a damn shame. Now, after Michaela Bahi had jumped in the Escalade, surveillance video also showed Norris Taft running and standing in front of the Escalade with his hands up, pleading with Michaela Bahi to stop the vehicle, to get out of the vehicle. So let me ask you all this question. Why would Michaela Bahi, after spending hours at Norris Taft's apartment, run outside and jump in the SUV? Why would she do that, family? And in my honest opinion, the reason why Michaela Bahi was trying to steal Norris Taft's Escalade was because of GTD. Now, I know some of you all are looking around right now asking yourself, Trey, what is GTD? GTD means Norris Taft got the draws. Yes, he got them draws. Because why else would she get that mad? And once again, who takes a stranger? Why else would she get that mad? And once again, who takes a stranger back to their apartment and spend hours with them, male and female, unless you're in there knocking the boots? Think about that, family. And once again, we're not making up no excuse for this woman killing this man, because she did not have to kill him, because they both played a part in this. And the reason why I say both of them played a part in this, because because Norris Tapp knew from the jump when he first seen Michaela in person that she did not look like Beyonce. Because he even texted his nephew hours earlier. So if you felt that way about the woman, why lead the woman on, then take her back to your apartment where the two of you allegedly had sex? And now what makes the story so cold, family, is the fact that after Norris Tapp was standing in front of his Escalade, pleading with Michaela Bahi to get out, she ran them over slowly at first. And then once
She
got
crazy
all
as
the way up
hell.
on the vehicle, because they got the video if you all want to watch it. I'm sure you don't. But once he was all the way under the Escalade, that's when she sped up and drugged him for roughly 20 to 30 feet. Ultimately
Insane.
killing him.
Insanity.
Let's close up.
Bahi worried about her daughter while she's locked up.
I want to get figure out power of attorney for my daughter because she is 6 years old and she is with my mother in Flagstaff. So I want to figure out how I do all that to make sure she's okay while I'm in here.
And now in closing,
Big bag,
after Michaela
big
Bahi
bag.
had ran over Norris Tapp, she then fled in this Escalade. And they still haven't found this Escalade to this very day. So, Michaela Bahi was trying to make her way up to Flagstaff, Arizona, where her mom stays, who has custody of her 6-year-old daughter. So the story goes also, since Michaela Bahi had disposed of the Escalade, she needed a way to get to Flagstaff. And the way that she got to Flagstaff, Arizona was by a groomed shuttle bus because she was trying to go to the airport also. So, Wednesday comes along and the police have to catch Michaela Bahi. Guess what, family? Yes, eating at Denny's.
Big bag, big bag.
Michaela at the Denny's, they then arrested her and charged her with murder. And she is waiting to be extradited back to Phoenix, Arizona, where she will face charges. Now, after hearing this story, one must ask themselves one simple question. Number one, why would you lead the woman on a date when you already knew you didn't want to be with her? Why would you sit there and take her back to your apartment where you all spent hours?
He's a fool.
Had sex? Why would you do that? And then we wonder why we have the
Desperate
story that we
fool.
have. But at the same time, we're not making no excuse for the suspect because the suspect is totally wrong. No, she did not have to take the man's life. But at the same time,
Sure did
like I
it.
told you all in the beginning of the video, sometimes we play a part in our own demise. And I'm sure Norris Tapp,
This is
if he could speak right now, he would say the same thing.
This is
Because as you all can see, it was not worth it. Anyway, let this be a lesson to you all. If you don't like somebody, let them know. Cut it off. Do not lead the person on. And more than anything, do not have sex with the person. Because as you all know, and as you all have seen, some people will kill you when they give you the draws. So, my advice to you all today is to be very careful. Anyway, you all let me know what you think about this story. If there's anything I may have missed or misinformed, which is not my true intent, please let me know in the comment section, or you can email me. We can talk about it more there. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like
Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Take care of yourselves. I love you guys. Jakai Matai. Bye-bye.